Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the April 9th, 2013 meeting of the Downers Grove Village Council. An important public announcement. If you still wanted to vote, it's too late. Polls are closed, though hopefully you have already voted, because of course tonight is the election night edition of the Downers Grove Village Council. There are copies of our agenda on either side of the room. If you would like to pick one up and follow along with our proceedings tonight, we would invite you to do so. There will be multiple opportunities for public comment. Since it is election night, we're going to try to move the meeting briskly so that everyone can attend to the results of having exercised their civic duty earlier today or earlier during the early voting segment. It is customary for us to begin our meetings by reciting the Pledge of Allegiance. So at this point in time, I would invite everyone in chambers to please rise and join us in reciting the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you very much. And now I would like to ask our fine village clerk to please call the roll.
Commissioner Rankin?
Here.
Commissioner Barnett?
Here.
Commissioner Neustadt? Commissioner Durkin? Commissioner Waldeck?
Here.
Commissioner Schnell?
Here.
Mayor Tully?
Here, and we do have a quorum. Brings us to item 3 on our agenda, minutes of prior council meetings. We have 2 sets of minutes from prior meetings to review and approve tonight. First, we have executive session minutes for approval only from our February 5th and February 12th, 2013 executive sessions. And we also have the minutes of our regular council meeting on April 2nd, 2013. Are there any changes, corrections, or comments or questions with respect to any of those sets of minutes from members of the village council? Hearing none, do I have a motion to approve?
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? None. Those minutes are all adopted. And moving right along, that brings us to item 4, the segment of the meeting when we entertain comments of a general nature, public comments that is, of a general nature with respect to matters not appearing on tonight's agenda. So if there are any questions or comments from any members of the audience with respect to items not appearing on our agenda tonight, we would invite you to please come down to the podium. The protocol is to state your name, give us your address, and we would welcome hearing from you. All right, very good. Maybe everyone was trying to get their last minute votes in before the doors closed. Having no public comment, we'll move on to item 5, public hearings. We have no public hearings tonight, so we'll skip right to the consent agenda, which is item 6. Do I have a motion to approve the consent agenda as presented?
So moved.
Second.
Any questions or comments from any members of the audience with respect to any items on the consent agenda? Any questions or comments from any members of the village council with respect to any of the items on the consent agenda? Hearing none. Roll call, please.
Commissioner Schnell?
Aye.
Commissioner Barnett?
Aye.
Commissioner Rankin?
Aye.
Commissioner Waldeck?
Aye.
Mayor Tully?
Aye. The consent agenda is approved unanimously. Brings us to item 7, our active agenda. We have 2 items on our active agenda tonight. Items 7A and 7B. First, do I have a motion to adopt an ordinance amending fence provisions for non-residential uses in a residential district?
Mayor Tully, I move to adopt an ordinance amending fence provisions for non-residential uses in residential districts as presented.
Second.
Any questions or comments on this item from any members of the audience? Questions or comments from members of the village council? Commissioner Barnett.
Mayor, I just wanted to thank our staff from pointing out and agreeing to get into this 1-to-2 ratio issue. Needn't be settled this evening, certainly with what we know in front of us immediately, but that's a subject I hope we don't lose track of and get into, because I think it could be problematic down the road when if we have more applications that are different than the ones we think are in front of us. So I'm looking forward to future discussions on that.
Thank you, Commissioner. Other questions or comments from members of the council? I'll just add that we discussed this at length last time, and I will not go through again the analysis under the applicable provisions of the municipal code, which apply to request for text amendments to our zoning ordinance. I've heard nothing in the interim to change the analysis that I reached last time, so I'm going to continue to be in support of this. Unless there are any other questions or comments, I'll ask for a roll call, please.
Commissioner Schnell?
Aye.
Commissioner Barnett?
Aye.
Commissioner Rankin?
Aye.
Commissioner Waldeck?
Aye.
Mayor Tully?
Aye. Matter is approved unanimously, and we appreciate the material provided by petitioner. Good luck with it. That brings us to item 7B. Do I have a motion to adopt an ordinance amending ordinance number 5232 and the Village of Downers Grove's budget for fiscal year 2012 as presented?
Mayor Tully, I move to approve an ordinance providing for an amendment to ordinance 5232 and the Village of Downers Grove budget for fiscal year 2012 as presented.
Second.
Any questions or comments from any members of the audience with respect to this item? Questions or comments from the village council? Roll call, please.
Commissioner Schnell?
Aye.
Commissioner Barnett?
Aye.
Commissioner Rankin?
Aye.
Commissioner Waldeck?
Aye.
Mayor Tully?
Aye. That matter also passes unanimously and brings us to the end of our active agenda and brings us to item 8, our first reading, or our workshop segment of our meeting. We have no first reading items tonight, so we'll move right to item 9, which is the mayor's report. I do not have a report tonight. So we'll move to item 10, manager's report.
No report tonight, Mayor. Thank you.
We're sliding.
Zipping along. If you blink, you'll miss it, ladies and gentlemen. Item 11, attorney's
report,
report. No report. Comes to item 12, councilmember reports and new business. We'll break that in two as we usually do. Any items of new business from any members of the village council? Hearing no items of new business, councilmember reports. Commissioner Rankin.
I just wanted to thank staff for putting together this report of the railroad enforcement. It's listed under the manager's report online. It's very insightful of all the things that our staff is doing, and it seems that we are doing a great job at enforcing safety. I did talk to the manager about a few thoughts of maybe trying to get a grant for the second warning signal. But otherwise, this is great information, and thanks for providing it.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Thank you.
Commissioner. Commissioner Waldeck.
Thank you, Mayor. Just a quick comment. Something I've always wanted to do since I started up here was come to a council meeting without a sport coat and tie.
Oh, how did we let you in here like that?
I know. Just to stress that there is no rule as such, and I know we go in coat and tie to show respect for the residents, and I know that there's a lot of residents who do a lot of good things who don't wear coats and ties. And so out of respect for them, I thought I'd have one meeting where I just showed them that that they are equal to anybody who wears a coat and tie. Thank you, Mayor.
Thank you, Commissioner. Commissioner Barnett.
I have nothing, Mayor.
Thank you. Commissioner Schnell.
I have nothing.
For my own part, two things real quickly. First of all, I just want to congratulate Flexco, an outstanding business here in Downers Grove that recently received a pretty significant award. The University of Illinois Business Innovation Services presented the 2013 Manufacturing Excellence Award to Flexco, which is headquartered here in Downers Grove, with more than 300 people in Illinois and 500 worldwide. Flexco is a privately owned company that has been in business for more than 100 years, enhancing belt conveyor productivity around the globe with a variety of products and services. The award was presented because Flexco received the highest scores in all 15 categories used to evaluate potential winners, and this award has only been given 3 times, and Flexco was one of the proud recipients of it. The award celebration was attended by Congressman Bill Foster, State Senator Christine Radogno, State Representative Ron Sandak, and a whole host of others, including the Department of Commerce and Economic Development Director Adam Paulette. We just wanted to recognize Flexco for achieving this Manufacturing Excellence Award and being another shining example of an outstanding business here in Downers Grove. The celebration had all 325 employees attend, as well as CEO Richard White, who accepted the award on behalf of the company. And just a quick note, the University of Illinois BIS has provided training and consulting to over 3,500 organizations in the past 30 years, and as mentioned, this is only the 3rd time that they have given this award, so we're pretty proud of Flexco for being one of the 3 to receive such a prestigious recognition from the University of Illinois BIS. And second, as I noted at the very outset of the meeting, today is Election Day. As I mentioned, if you haven't voted, it's too late. For those who have voted, thank you very much. There weren't any huge contentious issues going on in any of the elections, so unfortunately we're afraid that the turnout might be a little low, but what folks need to remember each and every time is that those who serve in local elected offices on school boards, park districts, and municipalities often have more day-to-day impact and effect on residents than people at the state and federal level, and so it should be the complete opposite in terms of engagement and turnout. But that is not necessarily the case. So for everyone who did learn about the candidates for local offices and vote today, I, on behalf of myself and the entire Village Council, want to thank you. And I also want to express the best of luck for all those who run for office, because each of us here has been there and done that, and we appreciate what goes into it. And good luck to all who threw their hat in the ring regardless of the outcome, because it's a good experience and our community is better for it. And with that, we have no further business, so I will ask for a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Roll call, please.
Commissioner Schnell?
Aye.
Commissioner Barnett?
Aye.
Commissioner Rankin?